Due to technical difficulties beyond our control, this program will air as scheduled at its scheduled time. We're sorry for any inconvenience listening caused. Remember, this channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Look around, you'll find one of us in any group. Warning, the contents of this stream are not suitable for children under the age of 16. The language, themes, attitude, and personality of this presenter was not suitable for his own children when they were young, and he was a permissive parent. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. And any rebroadcast or transmission of this stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the rules for layouts. It's your layout. Do what you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you what to do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel. Praise, give credit, acknowledge, but keep it positive, not negative. You want less negativity in the world? Quit stirring it up. Hey everybody, how are you today? I'm missing. That's right, I did a meeting. How's everybody on this Friday? Let's see who we have here before I get started. Stephen Price is here. Awesome to have you. I understand you guys over in the UK are having a heat wave. The entire month of June and first week of July was a heat wave here in Toledo. We had more days in the 90s than in the last couple of years combined. And we usually see a few 90s in August, usually. Sometimes in July, a lot in August, but it was in June, and we've got another heat wave coming. And then we've had rain. Let me see. Leslie's here. Always an honor, sir. Glad you come in. Tim J.D. John A. Dawson is here. So Tim and John, welcome. Let's see. I have to scroll down a bit. Z Fantasy Trains, I see. Hey, nice to have you here. Thank you. Joseph, welcome in again. Always an honor to have you here. Dale! The Hogger is here. Wow, I haven't seen you online in a long time. Welcome, Dale. Great to have you. Andrew Turnage, great to have you. You've been posting a lot of cool stuff on Facebook, so nice to have you here in the room again. Let me see. Lee is here from Anfield Road. Lee? Not today, but within the next couple of weeks, you will be honored or insulted with a new parody video song by Joyce and me. We haven't made the video yet, but the lyrics are done and the music is done. We just got to put a video together. I've been back to making some songs. Actually, I've had a stock backlog of about 7 songs that I've made but haven't posted the videos or made the videos. Let's put it that way. James from Boulder Creek. Awesome. Nice to have you here. And Chris. Got to have Chris here. Another one of those pillars of society or foundations of my chat. So hope everybody's doing well. It's been a crazy week here. Some of it won't go into on the internet. Lots of good, lots of bad. I had my official first of 2 retirement meetings. Now, if you don't know, I'm retiring next May from my current job after 35 years. And the state makes me have 2 meetings. One a year in advance. Oh, this is 10 months in advance. And then I have to have another one in January. It's like they want to make sure I want to retire or something. And go over the money. Hey, Flango, how are you? And that's what they did this week. Okay, here's what your projected retirement earnings are. Here's what you're going to make. There are many different plans depending on how you want to be paid and whom you want included on your Basically, for example, should I die? Do I want my wife to get the continued benefits or what have you? How do I want to get it paid? Blah, blah, blah. You can even do it as one lump sum and invest it somewhere else if you want, but that's not always a good idea. But yeah, we're looking at, so had to go over all that financial stuff. And we've had, if you didn't know, Joyce's brother has ALS, which is often known in America as Lou Gehrig's disease, because he was the first high-profile person to get it in the, not the first ever, but in the United States, he was the first one to come out and talk about it, and so it got associated with him. It's 100% fatal. You have basically a 5 to 8 year window, depending on when they diagnose it and your particular case. He had just moved houses to move into a more, he's in a wheelchair now, but a house that was easier for him in his condition. And in the last 2-3 weeks, he can't. He just can't. He needs to go into assisted living now. So that hasn't been easy on Joyce. Let's see, anybody else coming in? So what's been up this week? Not much. I know I said I was going to get to it in July. I guess I still have a few days left. I have not gotten under the table to work on the Follow Car system because other little household projects and other things have come up. And then in the middle of all this, as you guys all know, for the last couple of weeks, my friend Dean died, and that kind of threw me back. I just haven't been inspired. But I have started 3D printing, and let's go to, I really don't know. I'm back to 3D printing because I built that giant station. Those of you saw me present it the last couple of weeks. I built that. It's a meter long, big station, but the interior is very basic, and I want to make it look like the Bremen, which has shops and everything. And so I have been printing up. Where did I put them? Guys, do not even go, hey, that's awesome, Anthony. Because this is about as low skill 3D printing as you can get, okay? I went to Tinkercad and made squares. Let me see if I can get this one, yeah. I just did these, I haven't even messed with these yet, but I'm just printing these shop fronts, and that's all it is, okay, guys? This is, no, kindergartner could do this. 4-year-old could do this, probably better. But I'm printing up little shops. And these were my test ones. I'm actually printing up long walls, but I was just trying to get a proof of concept. And then I can stick these in and then paint these and put store names and shops on them. And I've got 10,000 spare windows and shop windows and door frames that I can fit in here because I measured it off. And we'll fit, these along and just build along, I don't know what you want to call it, strip mall or row of shops on the first floor, and then I'm printing a second floor and then a third floor up. I printed a couple other things, but nothing that is, for example, let me turn this camera here, and I printed up some holders to hold my handheld controllers for my layout here. So I've got this going here. So I 3D printed those. I mean, again, somebody sent me a link to a file that says, hey, you're a Mobile Station 2 guy. I've seen your YouTube channel. Have you seen this on Thingiverse? I almost said Thinkverse, which is another website. Thingiverse, which gives you 3D printing. Now, there are some shops that are selling slightly better 3D printed versions of it for €20, $25, but that was a free download. So I printed up a couple of those, and I now have mounts, so they're not sitting on a table underneath, and I'm constantly kicking the wires on them. Anybody else come in while I've been babbling? Yeah, Lee, I've been enjoying watching your new layout that you've got in the lower room when it's too hot to go up to the loft. That's very cool. It's nice and you were running trains, which is doubly cool. Although I do make fun of you not running trains often in the video that will come out. I'm not going to tell you any more, but I want you to know, Lee, you will be the subject of my parody. I don't think, and Jackie as well. Jackie will be mentioned as well. Hopefully you'll find the humor in it. If not, you'll unsubscribe from me. But it is all meant with love and humor. So yes, yeah, Andrew, that's exactly what it is. I'm doing modular units. And so I've designed walls, ceiling with railing. Well, you know, it's the ceiling for the bottom row and the floor for, so the floor, and then I'll just have all these shops with different types of doors, and you know, make one a McDonald's and one a flower shop and one a French fry shop, because yes, in Germany they have French fry shops where all they sell are French fries. And I will get a taste of UK French fries. All I can say is French fries in France and Germany, awesome, I love them. I'll find out what UK French fries. I know you call them chips over there. And then what we call chips, you call crisps. And then some types of cookies you call biscuits. Because you speak that stupid foreign language shit. So yeah, I've been working on that. I've done a lot of, not a lot, but I've babysat my grandson a couple of days this week. And then, again, some household projects around. So, had this big meeting with the state retirement board. We teachers pay into the state employees, the state teachers retirement program. And he just got busted for embezzling a bunch of our money. Oops. So, hey, for me, this is step one. I did Tinkercad, okay? Tinkercad is 3D printing for dummies. And if you use Tinkercad, please don't take that as an insult. But it's about as easy and basic, but there are some clips. One thing I need, if anybody uses Tinkercad, if anybody out there uses Tinkercad, would you let me know, preferably either in the comment section after this video, after this live stream, rather than type it in here where I'll probably miss it and forget it. One problem I'm having with Tinkercad is I really want to, so far all I get is basic shapes, and I know they have more shapes, but I cannot put a window in because I can't raise the square up. I can raise the total height, but I can't raise the bottom. The bottom is always on the plane, and if you've ever used Tinkercad, you know what I'm talking about. And what I need to do is, like, I want a couple of these where it's just a window here with more brick work or construction work across here. And I stupidly can't figure out how to do it. Yes, and mayonnaise. Got to do mayo. So many Americans don't get that, but yeah, mayo. I had not heard of mayo on fries until I went to Germany for the first time in 2003, and now I always do mayo with my fries. The only fries I don't do mayonnaise with are McDonald's fries. They need ketchup. You gotta do ketchup with McDonald's fries. So that's what's been happening this week. So let's look at what I'm running today. It shouldn't be a surprise. It's the same old trains with one big exception. We are going to be running the Railjet, the Austrian Railjet, because it's that magenta color. The ICE3 again. We have a freight train, and that's the special bit today. Special. I'm a nerd. And then we have the metronome again, the IC2. Now this is ICE and IC2. What's the difference between ICE and ICE? What's the difference between ICE and an IC? ICEs can go faster, and ICEs don't have locomotives. They have control cars. ICs have a locomotive, which you can see right there. But they're both high-speed trains, but the IC the ICEs can go faster. And then in the background again, I have my Regiobahn, the red Regiobahn. So for those of you who love my double deckers, I've got all the double deckers out. Now, the big deal is, and I'll go back to scene 3 here. The big deal is, I am running what for me, first time ever, the longest train I've ever run. It's not a big deal. Some of you have run 40, 50 cars on whether it's your N scale or maybe even your O or your double O or your HO scale. This is the longest train I've ever run. I gave it a 10-minute test run, and it didn't like going one way because the incline for some reason is steeper in the back. So I turned it around, it seems to be handling it. But this is my longest train I've ever run. It's a freight train, but in terms of footage, it's the longest. It's every single freight car I own. I put it on just to mess about today. So those of you who like freight, you might appreciate that. So let me get some trains started here. And slowly get people. I'm going to run my trains a little bit slower today. I tend to run them about 3/4 scale speed, but I'm going to go down to about 2/3 scale speed because a couple of people have said they go too fast to really see them, even though I still reduce the scale, and I do scale speed. I mean, the high-speed trains are high speed. They go 150 to 250 miles an hour in real life, but I'm running them about 100 miles an hour scale, layout based. Okay, let's get this guy going. And so we'll get the big freight train going, and then we'll follow him around on the freight train. I'm going to have to do a good job of keeping my eyes out because I do worry that okay, he's going, and now, okay, let me see, did anybody else come in and let me catch up? One's colder than the other, that's bad. Yeah, and Tim, you've been posting some great video, train caps. I think it was you had the Euro Phoenix, or somebody had a Euro Phoenix they caught, which is the first time I had seen the new paint job of the Euro Phoenix in a video. Now I will do malt vinegar and ketchup with fries as well if I'm in the mood, if we want to talk French fries. And part of the way I've lost so much weight is I've scaled way back on French fries I eat. Because we got a couple of businesses here in Toledo that have really good fries. Not quite as good as fries I've had in Germany, but most American French fries leave a lot to be desired. And we even sometimes make our own, buy potatoes and deep fry here at home. But we got a derail on the freight train already. Back in a second. All right, little guy, what happened with you? Okay, back in business. Sometimes things, they don't like it. So let's pick him up. Let's start with the 11-lane camera. You see him going across the back now. So here he comes up the 11 lane. And we'll just watch him completely go around. Here he is at the DB, my 4K camera, which isn't actually broadcasting to you guys in 4K. And here in the village view. So again, I don't think this is a big deal, but it just, to me, I realize this is the longest train I've ever run. It's at least 3 feet longer than my railjet, which is my longest train. Oh, he derailed again. He's flipping something over there. Sure. Oh, is it the same car? Why is that derailing over there? Dude, quit being a jerk! We just have to take it out. Oh, it's that little DB Shanker tanker. DB Shanker tanker. How's that for a rhyme? I'm going to give him one more time here, and if not, then I will pull him up to me and try to figure out why he is derailing. But other than that, hey, Mark Saunders, welcome. Yeah, Wendy's fries dipped in chocolate. A lot of kids do that. I don't do it, but I think all 3 of my kids do that. Hey, Jackie, how are you? I gotta fix this camera. I accidentally knocked it over while I was putting some stuff up on the shelf over there. But this at least gives you a good view of that long train. That is my longest. Yep, I'm just going to have to take them out. Yeah, while I'm doing this, let me stop the whole system. All right, dude. Now I see what's going on. You're too wide for that platform. Come on. There we go. Okay. That should solve that problem. Yeah, my little tanker there, he's clipping on the edge of a platform. So going that way is not good. Coming the other direction, he's fine, but apparently I need to take a millimeter off that one platform, but that's not supposed to be a freight platform anyhow. He should have been running on track 2, but I put him on track 3 today. But he's got these wide step outs. I don't know if you can see that there. He's got these, and they're catching the platform as it goes around. It's still my longest train, just less one car now. And again, it wasn't doing it in the practice sessions. I ran them for about 5-10 minutes without a problem in that direction. You go live, and all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going to keep flipping here. Hey, Ewan the Brawler is here. Nice to have you. Aha! So there's that. Yes, Andrew T., my shanker tanker is being a wanker. Apologies to anybody who got offended by that last word. But I like rhyme and alliteration. Or assonance. That was all three. It was rhyme, assonance, and alliteration. But yep, it was just him. So yeah, the freighter, it's still my longest train by far. I don't know if we'll get a chance. What camera might be best? Let's try the all view. Come on, where is it? Quick, quick, quick. Dang it. Too late. Yeah, that camera's completely off now. It should be focusing more on this side and not showing that side as much. No, I mean, like anybody, I will occasionally have problems, but usually my trains run pretty smooth, as long as I remember not to put the red radio on track 5. Now apparently don't run my shanker tanker on line 3. It's just being really silly there, but there it is. Tom Couples is here. Hi, Tom. How are you? Anybody else come in that I've missed? Just say hi. I'll try to catch up. I'm trying to follow the screen here. This is going to annoy me, so I'm probably going to walk over there and try to fix it. The problem is I need a second person. Joyce isn't home right now. She went over to help her brother. She had to go to her brother's about 9 o'clock today because he couldn't get out of bed. So she had to go help him and help him with a lot of other stuff. Hey, Richard, just popping in for a few minutes. Okay. We will be debuting a new parody song that I wrote a couple of weeks ago and finally sat down and made the video, and Joyce finally agreed to do the singing for me. I just had to play her my version of it, and then she realized how bad it was and decided she better do it. But that'll be at 4:15 my time, 9:15 in the UK, 10:15 on the continent. So let's go back to this scene where you got everybody in action. Because the Railjet is my longest train. It is just under 9 feet long, so about 2.5 meters. No, not 9 feet. It's 7 foot. It's about 7 foot 8 inches long. And the ICE-3 is about 7.5. The Railjet is slightly longer than the ICE-3. Those are my two longest trains. The ICE-4, when I get it, will be my longest train. Other than if I put the freight monstrosity together. Hey! Stuart is here from St. Mary's, who's also, Stuart's put up quite a few videos in the last few days. I shouldn't say quite a few, but definitely have noticed some. I'm trying to catch up with YouTube. I really, the last 3 weeks, have not been on YouTube a lot. I've been catching up. I'm mostly caught up, I think. Fortunately, a lot of people have not been posting. That makes it easier to catch up. But then a couple of my channels have put up 10, 15 videos and trying to catch up. Oh yeah, I meant to ask the same thing, Ewan. How Leslie's doing with the new house, how it's coming along there. But if you do happen to hear and you probably shouldn't because I can't hear it right now, you can see it behind me back there in a black case. My 3D printer is running. It's printing up more walls for the interior. They're about 2 to 3 times the length of this. I've been printing these up again. This is about lowbrow as you can get. Little sectional walls that I can build sectional stores for inside that big, let's see. I don't think this camera, maybe if I go to the full screen, you might be able to see it. Yeah, you can see that station back there. I am building walls to make shops inside of it. I'm building my tray for carrying all my freight cars from the stand to over here to put them on the track. It's actually a Christmas cookie tray, but since it's not Christmas, I use it as freight transport. But yeah, so I'm making all these little inserts to go inside, and then I will obviously put doors and windows in here, making these look like different shops that you might find inside the Bremen or the Hanover, or McDonald's and the fast food, and there's always a Rossman's drugstore in the north at least. There's always a Rossman's. So let's move this back. Go back to custom with the camera again and again and again. Okay, so yeah, I definitely gotta fix that camera. So yeah, in fact, in that camera down there in the corner, that you can see the new light I put in, the one that doesn't blink anymore. So yeah, that doesn't normally show up in video. So yeah, I gotta adjust that. I knocked that over getting the freight cars off the stand over there, off the display case. The big news is I hit a new target in my weight loss. I had pretty much spent the last 6 months between 227 and even as high as 230 since I went down below 230 back in January. But I have now gone a week of consistently below 226 and the last 3 days at 224. So I've now unofficially lost 64 pounds. That's I can't be a part of Heath. If you guys know Heath at Humanity Junction, he's doing his health contest. He started in year late. I would have easily won it if he started it last year. But I'm now down 64 pounds. I am 7 pounds away from my wedding weight. I need to lose 7 more pounds, and I will be the same weight I was when I got married. Hey, Damien, nice to see you here. Okay, yeah, some people struggle losing weight. I've been up and down with weight since I was about 37 years old. I always kept a good weight, was always in very good physical shape until I retired from coaching and playing sports, and still ate like I was coaching and playing sports, and just ballooned up, and then I get so big and decided to drop weight. And in 2008, I got up around 300 pounds, which is what, about 130 kilos, 135 kilos. I got up there pretty big and joined a gym, and I lost about 50 pounds and got down to 250. And then I went back up to 270, went down to about 250 again, 265, back down to 250. And then in 2019, just a lot of things were happening, and I went back up to I think I topped out at about 288. My doctor told me where my sugar levels and blood levels had always been good, that I was having all the wrong indicators. Basically said, you were good enough for a massive heart attack soon. You're going to kill yourself real quick. And I had a healthy fear of death, so I lost all the weight again. And now my blood sugar levels all the way down. My cholesterol is in the good range. My blood pressure is excellent. So yeah, and that's the trick to dieting. I mean, there's a million bad diets of what's good or bad, but if you want to lose weight and stay off weight, and keep that weight off, have a healthy fear of death, a seriously paranoid fear of death. That's what I have. I do not want to die, at least anytime soon. And with grandchildren coming, I really all right, you and take care. We are 5 minutes away from the latest idiocy of my music production company. We won't be expecting to see Matt Clark Series 2 until later this year. At the earliest, I'd say September. I was writing for a bit, but again, things have happened that kind of took away that part of the spirit that writes like that. One of the truths is that a lot of the jokes I put in the first series of Matt Clark were ones I knew my friend Dean and my friend John would laugh at. I knew they would just be going. And the sad thing is, Dean never saw Matt Clark Series 1. He never saw it. I had been waiting and waiting. I wanted him to watch it so I could finally get up there and see him and hang out. But okay, man, what do you think of my Matt Clark stuff, Dean? What did you think of it? And he never got to see it. His health just, he wasn't watching YouTube and stuff like that anymore. He never saw it. So I always wanted to hear what he thought about it. That would have been the biggest one. Rick Bailey's here. Hello, Rick. How are you? Nice to have you here. Be right back. I'm going to go over and see if I can adjust that camera with just sort of a semblance of do-it-yourself. This, well, that camera in the corner, the one that's up there. I knocked it off angle, and it's definitely driving me crazy. It's not looking what it should look. Lowered it too much. I'll adjust it. That at least is showing this side of it more. No, it's going to drive me crazy. Be right back again, kids. Slightly better. I'll need Joyce here. Hey, Kieran's here. How are you, Kieran? Nice to have you here. Yes, I am running the longest train I've ever run, and again, especially you freight train fans, I didn't measure how many feet long this is. I'd say it's a good 12 feet long based on 11 to 12 feet long. I mean, in terms of cars, it's not a lot of cars. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's only 15 cars, okay? So I know a lot of you guys, some of you had contests a few months ago. You ran 30, 40 cars on the back of your train, but this is the longest train I've ever run. It's about 11 to 12 feet long, and it's 15 cars, not counting the locomotive, and some of those cars are double long, so... Kieran, we don't grade spelling here, and I'm a teacher, an English teacher. Well, actually I teach German now, but one of my degrees is English. Yeah, over in the UK, you guys are having that big heat wave. Like I said, we had a big heat and humidity wave that seemed to last 6 weeks here. We go like 2 weeks of 92 degrees to 100 degrees, and then we get a day or two break, and then right back into the 90s, and we shut the house off and run the air conditioning. I'm an air conditioning person. I try to be green, but the ozone's going to take a hit when it's 90 degrees and 70. The dew points over 60 something, and the humidity over 70% and all that. It's crazy. And as a kid, I lived in a basement room. Actually, it was a closet. Literally, it was a closet. My bedroom was a closet. Every day I got out of bed and came out of the closet. It was a shocker for Joyce. Anyhow, we didn't have air conditioning, and that house was miserably hot. There was no good air circulation. It was a cheap housing development they built in the early 70s, and my dad bought this house because he was a low-wage factory worker and shoved a huge family in this tiny house. And my brother and I shared a closet that was called a bedroom for the closet. And we just, when it got 80 degrees, it just, you laid in your bed and just poured sweat. It was like you wet the bed. It was just so miserable. So I vowed that I would have air conditioning. When I owned the house. So yeah, we like it. But Joyce hates heat. You know, it's not like she loves the 95 degrees and 75% heat relative humidity. She hates it. But she wants the house open. She wants all the windows open, the air flowing through, but she knows we have to close it up when it gets hot. But she can't wait. And so when she looks for a day and the temperature's going to be below 84, she's like, she asks, "Honey, can we open the house, please?" Yes, open the house. And again, everybody's spoiled. You know, you got people, you know, I got relatives down in Tennessee that would say, we get 95 and 75% humidity all year long. You poor Yankees just can't handle it. I said, yeah, and you shut your entire state down when you get half an inch of snow. You know, everybody's got their thing. Arizona, it's 110 here. I had a friend, Michael, that lived out in LA, and when it was 64 degrees, when 64 degrees here, we're throwing on our t-shirts and our shorts, going outside, looking to go swimming. He's like, oh my God, it was 64 today. I had to turn up the heat in my house and put on sweaters and like re-clean. Couldn't fit it on the siding, Jake. So yeah, like I said, this is not, I was not trying to create a contest or anything along the train. It literally, it's the first time I put all my freight cars together on a train. I've always done a limited freight. So this is now, well, actually I had to take one off. If you weren't here earlier, I had to take one guy off because he was flipping a platform going that way. He wasn't flipping it coming around the one direction, but when I changed direction, he was flipping it. Oh well. So anyhow, it is a little later than I planned, so let me go to this. So I'm going to shut everything down here just for a minute, or actually 5. Okay, if you're relatively new to the channel and you don't really look at my YouTube page, my YouTube channel page, you're probably saving yourself a lot of misery. I actually used to do YouTube shows as opposed to live streams, and I keep telling myself I'm going back to them. I've written bits in my head, like, okay, I'm going to finally do a show, and then I don't do the show. But my comedy bits, some of you know the Matt Clark series, but before I did the Matt Clark series, I did music parodies, and I did post one about 3 weeks ago based on Paul McCartney's Band on the Run. Joyce didn't want to sing that one, so I had to sing it, and I don't want to sing these. If I could find somebody in my family willing to sing. My daughter has a decent voice. She won't sing. Joyce has a good voice, but there are certain songs not in her key, and if she thinks the song's not in her key, she wants me, she'd rather I embarrass myself than she embarrass herself. So she'll do songs that are in her key, and she does have a good voice. But yeah, there are definitely songs where I would never criticize her singing because I know my singing. But there's definitely keys she's better at, and she's got a beautiful voice on the right songs. But there are other songs where she'll admit, you know, it's a little rough. So we do have a new song, and yes, I've got a few more in the works. I will not try to do this like a regular weekly thing unless I really get on a roll, but I wanted to get a couple done. So I've got one completely done and 3 others I'm actively working on. Yes, it's not why I'm not working on the Fowler car system. I still just got to work up the courage to go under the table and start. I took out some wiring, but I got to just start really demoing everything. So anyhow, we do have a new parody song. It's always something. I take a famous pop song from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even the 2000s, and I make it train, hobby based. I change the lyrics. So this is an old 60s classic. Some of you like it, some of you won't know it. I did a little bit with this one. I don't know if the way I edited this will get it potential YouTube censure on it. We'll see. Not for anything negative, just I used some clips of an actual singing group. But, ladies and gentlemen, here is the newest parody song. Joyce does sing. Hey, Roy is here and Randall's here. Hi guys, how are you? Yeah, I actually wrote it more as a frustration to my ICE4 that still has been delayed again, even though they say they shipped it from the factory, blah, blah, blah. But Joyce said make it broader. You know, because we've all ordered things that get delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, or postponed or canceled. I think we've all been there. But, yeah, I finally counted. I had like 7 full, lyric-wise, 7 full parody songs done. Some I'm just like, eh. I've got a couple of others that I'm trying to finish. There's 3 I really want to do, but sometimes we just can't find the right music. We got to find an instrumental version that yet plays the song true. Last night you were listening to Wayne Chung. Point on a Curve was a good album. Well, if you want that album, Stephen Price, all you got to do is download all my parody videos, and then you can take them into any movie editing, and you can remove the image and just have the songs. Or if you want a better singer, you've got the lyrics in the video. Find somebody else to sing it. Joyce, first of all, you gotta understand, Joyce has asthma, and there are songs like when she was doing Digital Killed the Analog Guy, which is one of my favorites. She was losing her breath. For Christmas, she did the worst one for her, My Favorite Train. If you watched our Christmas special, we had 2 Christmas videos. Joy sang My Favorite Train based on my favorite things. And I thought she did an awesome job with that. But that is a non-stop song. You're just singing, singing, singing. La da 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 da. You know, there's no stopping. And for a woman with asthma, she was running out of breath and trying to get into the next stanza, and that 1 second pause they give, where a normal person can catch their breath, it was tight for Joy, so she struggled with that. All right, John, thank you for stopping in, and take care. Have a great weekend. Hey, Jim at Hubber Motion, welcome in. But, you know, one of the interesting things is, you know, the first couple of songs got a lot of views. And then the views slowly tail off. And then I did the Everard Junction song, To the Beatles' Help, and that's got almost 900 views. And again, I did not flag or tag anybody in that video other than the topics. You know, so I didn't try to, you know, in the tags, I didn't name Everard Junction with the hopes of stealing a bunch of people. Otherwise, I'd do that with every stupid video. Or you know, Luke Cowan, I'd throw his name in and get 500,000 views or something. I don't know. But there's a base audience that gets it and likes it, and then there's random. So, like the two Christmas songs, which are two good ones, they didn't even get 100 views each. One I think had 97, and the other one had like 88, 89. They did not break that 100 views. But when I talk about the songs, the parody songs, I have my favorites. And when I judge them, I go by the lyrics. How funny do I think the lyrics are? And then I kind of gauge it on the vibes in the video. I obviously prefer when Joyce sings. Now, I think the first three, I hate my singing on the Bohemian Rhapsody, but I still think that's one of my best ones because, a lot of people when they do a parody of something, they just make up lyrics. They just make up new lyrics. But to really make it work, you literally have to go through as a poet, and you have to get the rhyme, the meter, and the accentuation, how a person not only pronounces but accents certain syllables. You have to pay attention to that to really make it a full parody. It's bad enough when Freddie Mercury could go 4.5, 5 octaves. His voice could range that far, but getting the accent. The hardest one to do that with was actually doing Jerry Rafferty's voice with Stuck at a Train Show with You, because he has stanzas where he fits 3 syllables or 4 syllables into one beat of the song, and then he has another part where he takes 1 syllable and makes it last 4 beats. So it's really crazy. Hey, David Cook's here. How are you? But obviously when I write them and produce them, I feel they're good. But there are some now looking back 7 months later, because other than the Band on the Run one I posted a month ago, I hadn't done one since Christmas. I kind of started working on the Matt Clark thing around Christmas time, and the songs went in the back seat. But there are some that I guess age better. Some that they're more fun to listen to, because actually I do go back and listen to them. Joyce and I will actually play them in the living room, watch them on the big screen TV, and we'll sing along. I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I think the digital song, which is super transphological song, is excellent. My singing's not the best, but I actually think I kind of pull it off in that one. Stuck at a Train Show with You is one of the best. Joyce doing Digital Killed the Analog Guy is one of my favorites. I like this one, but it's the first one I've done in second one I've done in 7 months. I do like this one. I think this was well, hello, Woodgate Junction. I'm doing okay. It's been a interesting week, but overall, I'm doing okay. Had a lot of weird things happening between my old family and Joyce has things happening in her family which aren't necessarily happy things, but yeah, she did what I do. I get right. Let's see. We got them pulled up over here. Joyce likes, she likes the Seventh Layout Redo, which is the White Stripes Seven Nation Army parody. She likes that one, which I happen to sing, but she likes that one. She likes the video. I mean, she likes the lyrics too, and the video, and she says my singing's not awful or nothing. And there's a compliment. Joyce says my singing's not awful, so he said it's not awful, but sometimes it can be awful. Usually it's awful. She likes that one. I like Something Needs Repair to the old Something in the Air song, which I love that song. Thunderclap Newman. I was trying to remember the name of the band. Thunderclap Newman. I love Something Needs Repair. That's one of my favorites as well. And it didn't get a lot of views. A whole new study in vocals. It's not a study in vocals, it's a study on insanity that somebody would be willing to, knowing how bad their voice sounds, and would still be willing to do that. But yeah, you know, when you're doing a parody, some people listen to a song and they make up different lyrics. I mean, when we were little kids in the 60s, you know, we would always sing, we all live in a yellow submarine, and we would change it to something else, you know. We all live in orange, porcupine, you know, something like that. And, you know, as long as you're trying to fit in with the rhythm and what you think is fun, it works. But when you really want to do, this is why Weird Al Yankovic is more of a genius than even people give him credit for. If you take any of his parody songs, he doesn't just rewrite the lyrics and mock what the other person's doing. He gets every inflection. He gets every section of line, meter, foot. He gets it all exactly accurate so that it flows exactly the way the original song is. He did that Phantom Menace parody to American Pie. He gets Don McLean's little vocal lilts dead on. And so when I do that, when I do a parody song, my family gets sick of hearing the song unless I put headphones on. But I will play the song 50, 60 times, listening to, okay, in this line, what's the rhythm and the meter? Now, again, if you don't know what that is, every syllable, every word you pronounce, and hopefully you all know what a syllable is either stressed or unstressed. And you create patterns with them, and that's called the foot. Like unstressed, unstressed, stressed. Stressed, unstressed. You know, and they got names. Iambic pentameter. Iambic is stressed, unstressed, and pentameter means it's repeated 5 times line. So 10 syllables basically with a stressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed pattern. So you go through there. And you do that. You mark the rhythm so that when you write the new lyrics, it follows that pattern. But then you also have to listen to how they'll do things. Like they will take a stressed syllable and run it through basically a stressed and two unstressed bits. They'll take a, you know, like in She's Not There, there's a couple of points when he's singing where he's trying to follow a pattern, but the word he wants in the song, that he uses in the song, doesn't fit the pattern. So he takes a pause to fill that space so he can maintain the rhythm. Was it Colin Blunstone was the lead singer of the Zombies? Still the lead singer for the Zombies, because they got back together for their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction a couple years ago, and now do a couple of shows a year. And it's almost all the original band. I think one guy's had to drop out. But it's when you're doing anything like that, you can do it and it'll be funny to your friends, but when you're trying to do a parody of a song and you're going to put it out there, you really got to, in my opinion, you have to put that work into it, even if the singing sucks. Like Joyce is singing there. She has to listen to the song, and I have to point out, okay, on this line, you lilt here, you do this here. You know, take a, you know, she's doing the line, says, take a breath before the word and. Because he actually, and is usually an unstressed syllable in a word, but he uses it as a stressed syllable, so you have to take a break and then say it in a stressed way. Most people do. We make up joke lyrics to songs on our own, but you know, we don't go and record them or put much effort into it. Or you change one or two words to a lyric just to make it funny. All right, Chris. But Chris, you could go and get your coffee in a Model Train Outsider coffee mug. I don't drink coffee, this is water. Well, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, Kieran. I still would love to know whatever our junction, if he ever saw, I mean, let's just stop. I know that is probably the worst singing job I did on any song, outside of maybe the Bohemian Rhapsody parody. That key, that paperback writer song, I can do better jobs trying to do John Lennon's songs. Paul McCartney's songs are the hardest one of the Beatles for me to even remotely try to parody. And, you know, I can do, I know my voice is still bad, but I can at least make a go of it with John Lennon and George Harrison songs. For some reason, Paul McCartney's songs are in keys and tones I can't handle. I just sound so god-awful, especially Paperback Writer, which was probably multi-track, and they worked on the tape to distort it a bit. But, yeah, I really do. You know, the parody songs and the Matt Clark stuff really just touch on that whole failed stand-up comedian side of me. And if nothing else, I'd like to think it makes my channel unique. I didn't say good or bad, just unique. There aren't too many guys running German, Austrian, Central European trains who put up stupid cartoons and parody songs. Well, I've got two parody songs that talk about DC versus DCC. There's the digital song, and then there's digital killed the analog guy. But you know, I have a lot of my friends from Europe, especially Germany, Denmark, Netherlands. A lot of guys that used to come to my earliest live feeds and would come to, you know, would be very involved on my actual shows I uploaded, the Model Train Outsider, or more specifically the American Outsider. And they've either unsubscribed from the channel or just don't come anymore because I don't do anything. You know, I do the live streams and that's it. But I haven't been doing anything. Everybody's one of a kind, Tom. Everybody's one of a kind. But but I haven't had anything to do or show about. I've done nothing on the layout for a year and a half. So I haven't really had an excuse to do the train. I've even got the comeback scenes, the Ghost of 2015. And of course, the last time I did the Ghost of 2015, I weighed, the last time the Ghost of 2015 appeared, I weighed 250, I'd already lost 30 some pounds, so I was in the 250s, I think, the last time I did it. And in 2015, I weighed about 250 pounds. But in the last couple of years, my facial hair has gone much whiter, and in 2015, I was still more brown hair in here instead of the gray. So I actually have to do makeup to do the Ghost of 2015 anymore. I have to do makeup. But I've got the storyline even explaining how I bring him back, what's happened, and the weight loss. I've even got this stuff. It's just I haven't. Joyce even said, you really need to start doing shows again, and if Joyce has told me I need to start doing shows again, maybe I need to start doing shows. Oh, good, if I can get something stuck in some people's head. But, again, I've mentioned it many times. I'm a broken record. I've done a couple of things that people go, oh my God, this should go viral. And they never go viral. I'm too small potatoes, or it just isn't as funny as that or as good as that. I really did have some outside hope that the Matt Clark storyline might catch on and grab a few viewers. I really was thinking, hoping the Matt Clark might catch on somewhere with somebody. I had a couple of guys from much bigger channels than mine who came in and were like, oh my God, this is awesome. And because I'm going to share this with folks at work. And, well, how did it go? Well, actually, for the first time in the history of my channel, I had a negative growth month. I am down 4 subscribers in the last month. I had the smallest growth since I started watching 2 years ago when I actually started broadcasting. I had the smallest growth month the month before, and now I've had my first negative growth where my subscriptions actually went down. I lost 10 in a week, and I assume that was due to cleaning house. Check on the 3D thing. It's down tight over here. All right, 3D printing is looking good. It's about 85% done, but for those of you who came in late, the big thing this week is I started some 3D printing again, and I used Tinkercad, 3D, CAD drawing for dummies. And again, don't take that as an insult if you use Tinkercad. It's just, for me, it was the easiest program I could find that I understood. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to raise objects up. The Tinkercad just gives you basic shapes and you put the length, width, and height. But what I can't seem to figure out is when I want to put a hole in something, raising the hole off the plane would give me. And that's what I can't figure out. But to go inside my station, I'm making little modular shops. So I'm printing up a bunch of these. And then I've got floor, roof pieces, stairs, and that will go on the inside of that big station behind me. James, I have the Creality Ender 5 Pro. I was going to get the Ender 3 Pro, and when we started looking at it, the 5 came out, and the 5 supposedly was an upgrade from the 3. I'm not sure. I have seen people doing stuff with the 3, and I tried to do the same thing, and my 5 struggles. I don't know what it is. I have messed with the settings. I'm trying to learn what's the proper temperatures for the bed. You know, a lot of the designs you pull off the internet, they have that all those settings already preset. And I put them in the Ender 5, but it comes out. I find I have to adjust the bed temperature down or the nozzle temperature up or down. And the Ender 5 is 3 independent axes. The X, the Y, and the Z are all independent and operate separately from each other. They're all on their own things. So, whereas on the Ender 3, the Z, the vertical, was it was all on the one module. Now I saw Sam. Now Sam was much more modern computer literate than me, and he got a slightly more expensive, slightly fancier printer than the Ender. Now I know what is it? Tris from Double O'Neill. I think he has an Ender 3 Pro. But he's also got others, and I mean, his whole business is CAD, and he's got CNC machines, CAD, 3D printer, resin printers. And he knows all that stuff. I don't. I messed around with computers in the early 80s, and then I went a different academic route, and I didn't grow up around computers. I had a Commodore 64, was a graduation present in 1982 when I graduated high school. I had a Commodore 64, and yeah, that was really very useful. And that was the last computer I had until 1993 when I got an Acer, which had a grand total of 175 megabyte memory. I was a bit of a caveman back then. Ran Windows 3.1. But, you know, the thing is with the Ender 5 Pro, you have to level the bed. You have to go through this constant little adjusting. And I finally did it. It took me a month to finally get it perfectly level, front, back, side to side. And I printed a few test prints that come out really, really good, but for some reason, I just threw away all the projects. But I will get models, and what's happening is the nozzle or something, the model moves, and all of a sudden the printing's off. Let me see. Let's see if this will show up on camera. Let's see, so there it is. Here's a wall, but you can see right. This one, right here. I hate the mirror. You can see. Now, if I get my fingers out of it, you can see it got off. That's like half a millimeter off, maybe a third of a millimeter off. You can't even see it there. Let me get it into the camera as best I can. And this is a mild one. I'll sometimes get it where either the filament, and I use PLA filament, the filament maybe is coming out too, and I go through and I adjust it. I've got it on the proper settings. But whatever happens, something moved. And all of a sudden, the building that I was building, is turned sideways, and it's still building the roof where it's supposed to build the roof, but the rest of the building's been turned sideways. Something is moving it. I don't know if the nozzle's supposed to be above it, but so I don't know if when it's putting out the filament, if the filament is acting like a hard rope, and as you're laying the filament out, where it's supposed to be laying it on top, where it starts the next line of filament, if it's grabbing and the filament's not liquid enough, and the filament's actually stringing and grabbing. There's a lot of possible reasons, or you get the fine hairs like it's lower quality filament. I tried to buy higher quality filament, but sometimes you get the stringing and maybe the string catches. Yeah, I've got Creality's Best Glass Bed, and then I use this glue stuff, but I also changed the filament, and this is a much higher grade filament, and it's gray. Higher grade, and it's gray. To print these out. Now this one's not too bad. But I'll adjust it as I'm seeing how it's printing. I'll adjust it. The two wall sections I've got building right now, one of them has a split in it. And sometimes that's caused because the bottom is cooling faster than it should. So you have to adjust the temperature bed. The bed temperature, the temperature bed. Now let's go back to some screens on this one. I haven't been going through the various cameras. Yeah, let me yeah, I use Magic 3D print adhesive. Now, if you guys are on a phone, you can't see that, but yeah, I use this. It has help, but there are still problems we have. Frustrating. Which is one reason I hadn't done a lot of 3D printing. And I've got my village. Let's go to that camera. Where is it? Well, I'm being involved today. Yeah, this little 3D printed village right here, you can see over there. And you can see that my longest train I've ever run. I know, people are expecting to see a 30-foot, 40-foot consist. No, it's just the longest train I've ever run. That is all but one of my freight cars. It started with this one, but about 5 minutes, 10 minutes in, it began catching on a platform over there, so I took this guy out. It was fine, but anyhow, yeah, all those buildings that I printed up and was thrilled to have because I got the G codes, because I use G codes. I got the G codes. Actually, I got the STL, the .stl files, and converted them to G code to use with my Ender. They're gorgeous. Most of them came out really nice. I had a lot of failures too. I think I was about, you can see the orange ones. That's where the building got knocked sideways and the roof went off. And I just saved what I could, and I'll pick them up and put a different roof section on them. So those three orange ones, you can see they all got a missing bit. That's where all three of those buildings got knocked, even with the adhesive. But anyhow, I don't want to lose my original thought. All those three buildings, they're listed as HO scale 187. No, they're probably 1/110. They're actually, the doors and the windows are not the same size as all my other HO scale buildings. They're smaller and appreciably smaller. I'll still fit them in somewhere, but that threw me off a bit. There goes that icy. Something. Yeah, there you can see it busy. All right, Leslie, take care. Well, I'll look into that. Boulder, I've got Creality's own slicer as opposed to the Ultimaker. Because there is the Ultimaker slicer, and Creality now has their own. Like I said, the stuff I sliced from some places the prints have come out well, and then the prints come out bad, and it really is, part of it's been the adhesion, and it's just learning the temperatures. Trying to fine-tune the temperatures. Well, hello, Brian Rock Rail fan. Welcome. You need to be knighted.
I know this you like it, but don't go later.
So, yeah, I run European trains here. European, but 90% German, 80% German. I have an Austrian railjet running right now, and everything else is German. I also have one, well, I haven't got my converted yet. I've been able to pay for my other trains that are being upgraded before I send that one off to get upgraded. And that's been almost a year. But there it is. I don't know how easy it's going to be to convert that Beetle Zero Star to AC. Simplify 3D, is that a slicer or is that a 3D design program? But these are the first personal designs I've done. These are the first personal designs that I'm printing. And again, they are super simplistic. I mean, it's a 2mm wall with doors and windows. But if they come out okay, and these came out okay. I'm trying to improve, but they came out okay. Special guest stars here. Talking through the training a bit.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
James, it might be still a reskin, but now they just call it Creality Slicer. They now call it a Creality Slicer. Right. Yeah, I bumped that thing and knocked it out last week. That's what yeah. I know. I was waiting for it to come up here. Right. It's good. Let me see how that's good. There. You're on.
Okay.
So there she is. But yeah, Prusa was the other company that I was looking at to buy a 3D printer. I was looking at Prusa. But the Ender was a little cheaper and the reviews ratings were slightly higher than the Prusas in the same price range.
Well, it's just it is what it is. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no getting better.
Yeah.
ALS is a 100% death sentence. You don't walk away from it. You don't get better.
Some days are better than others. Another brother broke his thumb.
Oh, that's right. Your other brother broke his thumb.
Yeah, dropped, dealing with some 2x4s and lost them and tried to catch them and sliced his thumb open and broke the bone completely through. It's been a weird few days. So. Fly mode is going.
He's trying to top.
Oh my God! Just stop this.
Oh yeah, I keep catching that cord. It needs an extension. I'm gonna keep moving that over there for you. It needs an extension.
Did you like the new song?
There, now your adoring fans can see you a little better. Maybe not, I don't know, which way. Nope, that's good. That was right there.
Okay. Right, yeah. Yeah. Working on getting people to, working on getting some people to come help him while he's at home. Right now I can run over most of the time.
He's close, so yeah.
Yeah, he's close, but when you go back to work, that's not going to be so easy, so.
Yeah, there's a freighter. Where's the freighter coming? Where's the freighter? Oh, he just went the other way. He's at the station. Now, do you know what the big deal about this freighter is now?
It's probably the longest train.
It's the longest train I've ever run. Yep. Well, I actually just got on it. It was one time now all of a sudden started flipping a platform over a German horse thing, so I had to take it off and derail 3 loops in a row, so I just stopped it.
Okay.
Yeah, all it was this little foot plate was catching just the corner. When it runs the other way, it's not an issue, because it's out in front as it goes around the curve. But coming in this way, it's coming tight. So made a little.
Ryan is doing great, Jackie.
Yeah, we just had him here for several hours.
We watched him this morning, so.
For about half a day. Well, half an 8-hour workday. We had him for about 4 hours.
The funny thing about him right now is when he's laying down, you lay him down to change his diaper, or just have him lay down on his back, he's trying to sit up. So he's straining with his neck. And like, how do you sit up from laying down?
Yeah, he's going to have amazing abs. He's going to have amazing abs.
So we're just waiting for him to actually be able to pull himself up that way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I might be that bottle of water already. Yeah, thirsty. So, yeah, I only made 2 changes. I took Alex off and moved and then moved the IC2 onto the track Alex was on, which is track 4. No, track 5. And then I moved the freight train on. So that's some changes from last week. I wound up not making a lot of changes. But putting that freight train takes a while because you got to get all the cars separately and ready to go. But I'll bring the diesel units back out next week. What I should do is try to see if I could do both diesel units on the track at the same time and run 7 trains. That would be interesting. Yeah, Kyan turned 7 months the other day, 3 days ago, on Tuesday. Kyan turned 7 months, but he's really more like 6 months to 6.5, because he was early. He was 3 weeks ahead. Intentionally 3 weeks ahead. He was induced early. And then wound up being kind of small as a baby. They didn't need to induce.
He's a lot of fun. Taking him on walks.
Yeah, Joyce takes him for walks.
And now we got a little stroller, so he figures for him. He almost made it around today before he fell asleep, but he didn't. Watching
Still trying to get him to...
his, used to do that too. No matter how far I pushed her, she'd fall asleep.
Liz was the one you had to put on the bike.
Yeah.
And then she would fall asleep this way and make him lean the bike, and you'd have to lean the other way.
Quite interesting,
Yeah, Liz was dangerous on the back seat of a bike.
No, but it sure needs to be, because it's coming fast. Yeah, kids want to hang up their television, and she was getting modeled about 20 years ago, and they say dropping all over the tractor. So they're having a real hard time finding inside to put the TV into.
Just need to drill a little hole and put one of those little spike hammers in.
Yeah.
So it's this way or this way.
Yeah.
Mine one's supposed to be pretty good, but I don't know. They have...
I think there's wire mesh in it, though.
Well, the wire mesh thing, I think it's wooden lap they have through it.
But whatever, we're having a hard time. I think we need to go over myself.
How are the cats?
They're still about 3 inches away from going outside.
They take turns puking, although mostly it's me.
Yeah, I got this pheromone thing I put the phone and then it'll put clean on the carpet.
Yeah, and the whole point of a cat is you can have a cat box, a litter box, and the cat goes in there, unlike a dog that pees on the floor if you don't get him outside. No, one of them pees on the carpet all the time. And the whole point of having cats was, I don't have to keep mopping up the floor. No, we have to keep mopping up the floor. They're peeing on the rugs. We have hardwood floors and then rugs, and she keeps peeing on them. And, well, sometimes that's a sign that they have a UTI, a urinary tract infection, but they won't go into the box because it hurts them. Okay. So we call the vet. Hey, she might have a UTI. Well, the vets are, it's like our vet doesn't want us to bring her in. The vet keeps discouraging us, giving us other excuses. Oh, well, do you have a lot of construction going on in the house, a lot of changes in the house while they're rebuilding the road out there? Oh, well, when they're stressed and nervous, cats will do that. I never heard of that. So they're not our favorite pets right now, and they're our only pets. I mean, the elder sister, the alpha female, because we have the two sisters, is Molly. And for the most part, Molly's okay. Molly will puke now and then. She'll throw up now and then. But overall, Molly is okay. Minnie pukes a lot more, is peeing on the carpet, and likes to chew on electrical wires. Now, if I were a evil bastard, I would solve two problems with one. Let her chew on the electrical wire, and then when she kills herself, I'm done with the puking and the peeing. But I'm not that evil. But yeah, that would solve all the problems in one. There you go, Chris. Yeah. No, when I was younger and stressed, I punched holes in walls that I had to repair. But other than that, yeah, I don't pee on the carpet when I'm stressed either. But it's like every time we call the vets and say we really would like them checked out, you know, we'll pay. Okay, you're a vet. You want money. We'll bring our cats in and we'll pay. How much is this scan going to cost? Scan. Does she have something besides a UTI? I mean, we keep asking to bring the cats in and get them checked out because their answer is, oh, they're puking? Well, try this much more expensive food. Oh, they're still puking? Try this much more expensive food. And it's like, can't you test to see if, like, our dog had allergies and they did an allergy test on our dog. And okay, yes, we had to have this special food, but it solved all our problems once they sorted it out. But can we find out? I wonder if this cat... Yeah. So we happily would take her into the vet and say, scope her. Does she have a tumor in her belly? Does she have something that's causing this? But all right, what else shall we talk about? Train stuff. I'm running trains and Babel. That's what I do. That's who I am. You can go see what the percentage is on the 3D printing. It was at 85% about 20 minutes ago. Well, you've been down here 15 minutes, so about 25 minutes ago I checked it was at 85%, so I'm sure it's like 87% now.
Okay, Flymo's leaving.
Oh, Flymo's leaving? Take care of Flymo, thanks.
Is it better name than Flymo?
What?
Is it better name for him than Flymo?
No.
Okay.
Well, I've talked about that too. Joyce was just mentioning they claim there's a vet shortage right now in this area. There is because they closed down. Well, the ones we go to had 2 officers, they've reduced to 1. Yeah, that's speaking of going back to the 3D printing conversation, mentioning that Sam's Train, he's got a couple now. Like a company gave him a free one, an El Cheapo free one. The perks of celebrity. Hey, there's Luma. How are you, Luma? Ave, wie geht's, wie steht's, was gibt's? Ja, Luma, wir hatten einen Hund. Wir hatten eine Hündin, aber sie ist gestorben. Und ich möchte keinen Hund mehr. Wir hatten Storm. Wir hatten Storm 15, fast 16 Jahren. We had a dog Storm for 16 years, almost 16 years. And our first cat, Sabina, died at the age of 20. She was a week shy of 20. We had her for 18 years. We had Sabina for 18 and Storm for 15 and a half, 16. So our kids grew up with those two pets. Yeah, I mean, that was a long time. And when Storm died, we were traveling. The kids had mostly grown up and moved out. And I just didn't want the hassle of a dog anymore. Joyce would like a dog. If I said, let's get a dog, Joyce would be in the car ready to go. Joyce wants another dog. I don't. I love dogs. I'm a dog person, not a cat person. I don't like cats. But cats at least supposedly take care of themselves, other than our cats. Karen, you say that now and then we don't see it. That'll say, yeah. That'll solve a couple of problems. Yeah, Sabina, I don't know how much longer she would have lived. Sabina was sick, and it was just in bad shape. Her kidneys had stopped working.
And, but she was mostly cruising. And she did have the fleas. And we don't know where she got them. They did cat. He was living with us. Didn't fix them. And I finally had to take her in because the normal complication was not showing them. So, poor thing, she was dying and we didn't want to pick her up because she was icky.
Yeah.
Oh, you think layout is?
Yeah, the Melwood Drive. Yeah.
He didn't want to be canceled. I was only hearing part of that.
How do I feel about Melwood? Jackie, how do you feel about Melwood?
You know, Lee, it's one of those things. You got your moniker. Why change it?
Well, no. That's his new layout.
Okay, but it's staying.
His channel is still Anfield layout in the wall.
Alright, with you changing the layout.
Yeah, but there's a reason it's Melwood. This cat's definitely blind, and may have arthritis, but otherwise healthy.
And she was a very grounded cat. She didn't jump up on me.
Oh, she definitely had arthritis.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she was a skinny cat, and then we found out she found a back way into a cabinet and was eating up all her food. We were wondering why we were going through, and she ballooned in weight, and she got fat. She was a fat cat, and then as she got sick, she lost weight.
I see. Layout. So
Yeah, that's what. No, I was just saying it's a new layout. What do you think new means?
Didn't change the old one.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, he's got Anfield. He's got Anfield Road. See, there's a meaning to Melwood. Yeah, Melwood is in another room. But he's actually got trains running on it, so he's already ahead. Well, we dropped this microphone and it's been acting up. Oh, we were getting that tin sound when we were singing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, remember? When I first played it, you were talking about it kind of echoing.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest in a new microphone. I think this one's starting to develop issues.
Well, we have box to be done, so that might have something to do with it.
No, I'm not supposed to, but the damn line goes wherever I go, and my feet manage to get wrapped around it all the time. That's why I wanted to put the line back here and another hole up here. Yeah. Wow, we're down to only 13
And
minutes.
we're hearing the thing sounds and then the camera gets louder than the
Well, that's interesting because all the camera sounds are off.
Well, maybe it's not. You should know what that is.
I can, and I do.
Oh, you can.
The only one,
He said with the passenger platform on the left side. The camera with the passenger platform on the left side. Yeah. Wow, I'm glad you said something. Oh, for the sucker. And one of our,
yeah, they're all off.
No, it's really loud when it hits that camera. At least it's going in the booth.
Yeah, they are. Because he's talking about the stations you've been on.
Let us know if it's better. Did it get better? This is fiddling with them.
Yeah, that should be all of them off. Huh, that's weird. Because they're all off.
Well, because it's still the same, and no, it's not better. Burner! So one of our middle daughters, one of lives with us, one of her friends lives in Austria. So she's casually mentioning that.
See all those red X's? That means the camera's off. The only one producing sound.
Well, it doesn't matter, honey. If it is, it is. That's just the main one that's on it.
So I don't know why it's. I've got them all off. I don't know why it's.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Wow, that's weird.
Anyway, she listens to and casually mentions that, yeah, she's gonna be on a rail jet. Like, oh, you love this thing. And she got moved up to 13. Well, she's fine. Yeah, it's we can tell us what it is. It's just we can't, we can tell us what it is. He's got it off. We just can't tell why it's so loud. Yeah, so. You have the running sounds off on the thing?
Yeah, and the running sounds on the trains are off. Whoops, hit the wrong button.
Oh, see, what's humming? Oh, it's a 3D printer. Well,
I don't know.
it's
says-
a mystery.
It's a mystery. It says the sound is off.
Yeah, you can see it is. But it's fine, guys. Yeah, okay. Well, we know what it is, for sure. I think you did toggle it on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you just did that on all of them. Oh, I didn't turn it on. See if that's. See if that looks good.
Sorry guys, my machine says the mic is off. Hey, Colin finally is here. Hi, Colin. Yes, I've toggled it on and off multiple times. The volumes on all mics except one are turned down. I may just have to reboot the computer, which I'll have to do after the live stream.
So we'll try to fix it for the next one. Sorry.
Not sure why it's acting up, but
definitely need to do all of that.
yeah. The problem is when I'm running it through OBS, if I toggle it off, you have to completely reinstall it again. It's not as easy. Yeah.
Oh, that is a long day. It's pretty good. It's as long as the break.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, I don't know if people are talking in going, I want to see how long his longest train is. It's 12 feet long, 13 feet long, somewhere in there. So I have a view where you can just do the long view and that should have the mic off. Yeah, because it's not on. So it's in rest mode.
Well, it's what it is good, because nobody's at the station right now, so you can't trust it.
Have to figure out, yeah, you don't just turn the camera off. Here. It's that stupid cord in my big feet. You're supposed to be entertaining while I walk away. You didn't even pick up the microphone. Dang, woman.
I'm dealing with issues. Alright, bye, Nikki. Well, I know yours.
Alright, so let's see.
Yeah, that's because he has only one thing on. But it's not loud. This is now it's back and it's still live. Yeah, it's because you're talking over to it.
Yeah, but it should not. See, the thing is, people on the internet don't believe you. I turned it off and turned it on. I have it turned off at the machine, so there must be a glitch in the camera right now.
Right. So it's just something you're gonna have to fix off. So maybe off of that camera at least.
Well, I can unplug it and turn it off.
Yeah.
But this isn't, you don't just turn the, through OBS I can turn it off.
Anyways, yeah, right. Right. Yeah, right, it's good. And, it is just frustrating when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you unplugged it, so it's good. Remember these nurses.
Yeah, see, now see the camera is actually off, but it freezes. It freezes the last image.
Yeah, okay.
It's on, or did I turn off? I left it unplugged. Yeah, unplugged. Yeah, this system I have set up, all the camera microphones are turned off. They're turned off. You're only supposed to be hearing this microphone. It's the only one you're supposed to be hearing me through. So I don't know why that camera's acting up. So this is something I'm going to have to reboot my computer and work on it later and see what's going on. But you really should only be hearing it through this microphone. You're not hearing this mic?
Holy moly. Sound system's bad. Oh no!
Well, according to my OBS, this is the mic that's working.
Your computer's lying.
So,
Some other mic and only in the right channel. Stop.
huh. Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last 20 minutes is going through the mics and seeing which one's working, which one's going.
No, darn. That's my microphone. I don't know how you'd hear me otherwise. They probably are.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to end the stream and figure out why, because I just might have an issue where the mics are conflicting. Because turning off that microphone should not have affected, because my system is set up that this is supposed to be the only mic, and now you're saying, but...
It should be the primary one. Yeah, so anyway, well, anyway, hit that like button if you haven't, even though we are trying to. And, it's always nice to hear from you guys.
A mic that's behind us. That mic's behind us, and that one over there is supposed to be behind us. So yeah, I don't know why that's working, because this should be the mic I hear. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead then and end the stream, and I will work on this problem over the weekend. Maybe I'll do a test stream over the weekend and see if things are sorted. I just think it might mean the... I can't figure out why it's acting up.
Hi, everybody. Woo.
All right. Now, apparently it's me, Philip. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and cut this until I can sort out why everything's acting up. And I'll listen to the stream. Everybody take care. Auf Wiedersehen and choose. Happy trades. Sorry to cut it short. Like I said, I obviously have an issue, and I've got to sort out what the camera issue is. Because my OBS says this is the mic that's working, and you wouldn't hear the tap because this has a buffer on it. But you think it's this one on my computer. And again, it shouldn't be. Okay, all I can tell you and show you is all the microphones are shut down. All the microphones are shut down except the toner. So they should not be picking up any sound. The only sound you should be hearing is through this mic. But the fact that you guys said now it's only coming out of one speaker tells me there is an issue. Something is fighting with something all of a sudden. So I'm going to shut it down and reboot it and then try something. The camera up here, that's the only camera above me. You think it's that camera? That's weird because I've never had the problem before, so I don't know. Other than I have stepped on the wire on this thing about 5 times, so I don't know which one you're hearing from or why. The one on the view of the screen above me. Oh, my little 4K camera right here? Okay. Okay. So camera above me, meaning this one. So like I said, I think something's crossed, and I will reboot my computer, go through everything again, and then I'll do a private stream just for me and see if the sound is wonky again and sort it from there. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. I'll see if I can sort the sound issues out, and we will talk to everybody soon and figure out why it's all acting up. The cat got it. The cats aren't allowed down here. All right, take care, everybody. Like I said, I will try to sort it out. Obviously, it's a first-time problem.